Today I have 20 new Minecraft seeds and one of them may just be the one you use for your next world. We'll see some great islands, incredible structures, beautiful building locations, and just great starter seeds. Let's find out if one of them will be the one you choose for your next world. Seeds like this have quickly become some of my favorites for survival. Just a small plains biome fully surrounded by a mangrove swamp. The plains biome is a perfect place for a base. It's just a small hill with one oak tree to get started and a great building spot. And that atmosphere of having the mangroves all around is just awesome. This island seed has a true castaway island type feel. It looks like you crashed your ship right into the island here. You managed to land nice and snug here though. As a reminder, I play on Java Edition. Seeds on Java Edition and Bedrock Edition have the same terrain, but structures like the Shipwreck do not generate the same. So you only have those on Java Edition. Now you're just stuck on this forest island with lots of trees and some beaches. It's a decent sized island and I think you'll have no problem surviving here. In fact, you'll probably thrive. It could be pretty fun. It's been a while since I found a really tall woodland mansion, so I went ahead and found one. This one goes up to Y level 201, so not the tallest I've ever found, but still tall nonetheless. We get a really cool cave type area with the windswept terrain and foundation here, and another one in the windswept terrain here, and if you take the correct route, you can climb all the way up to the mansion entrance too. Pretty cool seed here. I found this mangrove swamp island here and it looks pretty cool. It's not really the kind of biome you expect to see isolated out in the middle of the ocean. I personally really like the look of mangrove swamps, like the trees and the frogs and just the atmosphere in the biomes is great. It's not really a great building biome, but you do have some land on the outside of it that's easy to build on. So yeah, just an interesting looking spawn here. You spawn into this world on this really interesting looking island. It's mostly a plains hill, but there's some swamp and forest mixed in. But this isn't really why I wanted to show this one. Just a short travel away is a mushroom fields biome, and this one is just huge. I mean, having one this close to spawn is already rare, but usually they don't look like this. It's just great. These types of seeds really are some of my favorite types of Minecraft survival seeds. This cleared out flattish plains biome is just such a great place to set up a starter base. The abundance of trees all around are great for materials too. This week's members only video is going to show how I found this. If you'd like to support the channel a bit more and get access to some cool perks, click the join button to learn all about that. As always, thanks so much to all my channel members and to everyone who supports by watching, commenting, subscribing, and liking the videos too. I've always liked woodland mansion seeds, especially those in just big dark forest biomes. When Pale Gardens got added, a lot of those big dark forests got taken over, so that's exactly why I found this seed here. The spawn is right next to a dripstone ravine, and the mansion of course, and looking around you can see just how big that dark forest biome actually is. It's a pretty simple seed, but I like it a lot. The spawn in this seed has a small patch of snow completely surrounded by plains. Looks pretty interesting, definitely feels out of place. There's actually an igloo generating in the small snowy plains biome too. It doesn't have a basement, but at least it makes for a decent place to live for a while. So yeah, overall, it's just a unique looking spawn. First time I've found one like this personally. This one just looks beautiful. I mean, the mountain backdrop behind the village is just great. Like how the village has two churches, and the big crater thing over here is just incredible. Yeah man, just a beautiful looking spawn. I found this nice big plains island seed here. There's just so much you could do here. Like play a classic survival island run and live entirely on the island, use it as a starter spot before branching out into the world, or even turn it into a creative build project. The relatively flat terrain, the few trees, the beaches, and the animals, they all just add to how much potential there is with this island. This is the first time I've seen a witch hut generate like this in Minecraft. The spawn of this world is in a plains biome, which looks pretty cool with the plains surrounded by the swamp. Over in this cave nearby is where you'll find the hut. Just looks awesome, surrounded by the dripstone and the waterfalls. And the witch may just be stuck inside forever. Definitely one of the most unique huts I've ever seen. Hey, I post a new video with never before seen Minecraft seeds every week. If you're enjoying this video and would like to know whenever I post a new one in the future, subscribe and click the bell. Thanks so much for all the support. The spawn area in this seed looks really interesting. I mean, the pillager outpost right at spawn would make survival pretty rough, but it doesn't take away from how cool the area looks. So whether you tough it out in survival or just hop into creative, the plains here makes a fantastic building spot with the elevated forest all around. So yeah, that bowl-shaped spawn just looks great. This seed is great because it has every biome within just a couple thousand blocks of spawn. You don't have to go on any really long adventures to gather the resources needed. Looking at the map, you can see all that biome diversity there. Of course, some of the biomes are going to be pretty small, like this mushroom island or this pale garden, And the different ocean biomes aren't included, but if you're just after a world where every biome is within reach, this one's a great option. This village house in a dripstone cave looks really awesome. You spawn in a village in a big plains biome, which makes for a nice easy building spot. There's a big cave opening that cuts right through the village, and that's where you can find that underground house. It's got a waterfall flowing over it, and it's amongst lots of dripstone and mobs. There's even easy access to a skeleton spawner nearby here, and another one here. Definitely a unique place for a villager to call home. Gotta say, this being the first thing I see when I load into this world is pretty crazy. It's like this world couldn't decide whether it wanted a desert or jungle temple, so it just put both there. Could be lots of loot in there if that's something you want. I found this seed with a stronghold and ancient city connected to each other, and it has a working glitched end portal. You spawn into this world here in a plains biome, and just nearby you can find a village. If you travel a decent distance southeast, you can find this forest and jungle hill. And underground, there's a trial chamber, which is right next to a mine shaft. And underneath that is where you'll find the ancient city and stronghold. That working end portal is just so convenient, and having the two structures connected like this just looks awesome. We've got a few seeds left to see today, but after watching them, remember to go check out my blog. It has all of the coordinates and seeds from today's video in one handy place for you. Just click the link in the description or pinned comment to see it. Right at spawn, this seed gives you a mountain ring with a valley of a few different biomes. You'll find the Pale Garden, a dark forest, and of course everyone's favorite, the incredible birch forest. What else could you really need when you have a birch forest? But yeah, these always just look great, just a really nice place for a spawn base, and the different biomes are fantastic for getting a variety of different blocks. I will just always like the look of these. I found this Cherry Grove spawn seed that's really nice. Just walking a bit and looking out over this feels amazing and looks incredible. Personally, I love the lake right in the middle. It just adds some nice detail to the area. And I have to say, some people have great ideas for what they build in the middle of these. Typically a lot more creative than what I'd decide to build, like a Walmart or a huge parking lot. So I'll ask, what would you build here? The spawn in this seed is pretty awesome. You start in a small plains biome with a village completely surrounded by a mangrove swamp. That alone looks great, but the highlight for me is the massive dripstone cave. It looks incredible and it's super convenient if you're after dripstone or you just want a cave. On top of all that, there's also a patch of savanna surrounded by the mangrove and a section of sparse jungle too. Maybe you and a couple friends could each claim your own biome and build a base in one of those spots, or alone you could make a themed build in each of the different biomes. This village floating on a little cove looks really cool. You spawn in a forest, and if you head 200 blocks east, you'll find the village. We get that big ocean nearby that extends into this area to make the cove. I like the elevated terrain behind it, and of course, the look of the floating village is always one of my favorite things in Minecraft. This one's especially great with lots of buildings, including a church and a blacksmith. It's always just great to have a variety of different village buildings. Just a really fantastic little area. Check out one of the videos on screen now for some more fantastic Minecraft seeds. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. See ya.